tonight here with Will Hall ahead of the second round of the NCAA Playoffs. He's going to start with some generic comments about the game and then open up for questions.
Yeah, exciting week, to be a Wolf. Just a unbelievable opportunity we have here in the final 16, playing a playoff game at home at Ra-Lin Field for the first time in school history. Just a great deal for our university and our program. And then, to be able to play Valdosta, I think it's awesome that us and Valdosta are meeting at a time like this. And on the Division I level, this is rivalry week during Thanksgiving weekend. You got the Iron Bowl, you got you got the Egg Bowl, you got Georgia and Georgia Tech, Florida and Florida State, and then Michigan, Ohio State, all those things. Well, right here in Carrollton, you got Valdosta State and West Georgia. And credit to Valdosta, it seems like they're here almost every year. They've done a great job down there. We've got the utmost respect for what they've done. We've really got a lot of respect for their players. Cedric O'Neal, I got a chance to meet Cedric a few times at some banquets and stuff through the years. And what a great human being he is, not only as a player. It's been fun competing against him. And he's just a phenomenal player. And then guys like Kenny Murphy and Kenny Moore and Chris Anderson, they just had such great careers. And we have a lot of respect for how they've conducted themselves through the years. And, we're going to get to meet one more time with those guys. And, man, it should be a great Saturday here in Carrollton for all the fans, for Blazer fans and for Wolf fans. This is what you want. It's what you wish for. And I can't imagine a better small college-type setting than what we'll have right here in Carrollton, Georgia on Saturday. And with that, we'll open it up.
Just what does it mean this year going into it with a lot of guys that got a chance to experience this for the first time last year?
Yeah, I think it's good that they got to experience and see what it's like. I think that I don't know how much it'll matter come Saturday. I think once you kick it off, you got 60 minutes. You got to play every play. You got to play one play at a time, and you've got to assess that week and who the opponent is. When you're dealing with 17 to 22-year-old kids, sometimes you have a new team every week, much less every year. And, I hope we're excited to play this weekend, and we should be. I think we will be. I know they will be, obviously. And I think the experience last year, hopefully it calms us a little bit. We got a lot of guys that have played a lot of big games, but, I think it's going to be a war.
Just going into this one, watching what they did last week and the way that one finished, how much do you look at that and let your guys know that at no point are they out of the game?
Yeah. Well, they've won a lot of close games down the stretch to get to this point. They won at Delta State in triple overtime. They beat Shorter on the road in a really close game where Shorter dropped a pass right in the end zone. And then they beat Carson Newman like that last week. So they've got a little bit of magic with them, and that's a credit to them and how they play. And they've had a great year. And like I said, it's going to be a war. You wouldn't expect anything less when you play guys like Cedric O'Neal and Austin Scott and Kenny Murphy and those guys.
And then just looking at it, last year, you guys go down there during the regular season, take some lumps there, come back in the playoffs and beat them. You guys handed them some lumps this time here, and they're coming back here.
Yeah, we took a big lump down there. They kicked our butt pretty good. We were fortunate to be able to win the second time. Like I said, I think every game is its own entity. I think you got to assess the matchups at the time. Obviously, we're familiar with each other. It's the fourth time we've played each other in 2 years, the third time we've played each other in 11 and a half months. So both staffs are familiar with each other. Our players are familiar with each other. Excuse me, but we just got to find our matchups that are good for us, hopefully exploit those. I know that's what they're going to try to do. But it's going to come down to who wants it more and who plays the best on Saturday.
Can you learn something about a team and then 7 weeks later put that to good use like we did last year, like they may try to do, or something we may do this week? What's the deal?
I think the big thing last year was we were able to continue to improve as the year went on. We were early in the development of our program when we went down there. That was the first real contest we had played versus a good team. Everybody thought, when you look back on it, we had played West Alabama that year, and everybody thought that was a big game, but it turned out West Alabama wasn't very good. So we ended up playing Valdosta, and that was the first real game we had played. And they exposed us. They exposed us bad. And we were lucky enough to improve as the year went on, which is what you want. This year, I think both programs are completely in place. Obviously, they've got their program in place. They've been doing it for a long time. and we're in year 2 of ours. So, I don't know how much catching off guard anybody will do this weekend from them to us. I'm sure they'll have a few tricks up their sleeve. We'll try to have a few of ours, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to hitting people in the mouth and protecting the football and all the things that everybody talks about this time of year.
You hear a lot about having a good week of practice and how that leads into having a good game. How's practice been this week?
Yeah, it's really not been very good, and that's been disappointing. Not a lot of energy. I don't know if it's because of the holidays or if it's because we had a bye week, but practice has not had the juice that we normally see and normally like. We got a lot of good leaders in our program. I expect us to play well on Saturday, but I think it just hasn't been quite the same as it was. Now, we had a great week last week during the bye week, and hopefully we're gonna get it turned around the rest of the week and play well on Saturday.
Earlier kickoff time than you guys have played all year. How much do you change anything, or do you just kind of move everything up a little bit?
Yeah, we just move everything up. We're excited about it, man. You wake up, you eat breakfast, and you play. And there's no sitting around waiting on it to happen. So I know as coaches and players, as a player, I always loved it. As a coach, you always loved it. The longest day of your life is when you wake up and you got to sit around all day waiting on a game to start. So I think that's a good thing that we'll handle well.
And then obviously with the first open week in the middle of the season in a while, how ready are you and the guys to get out there and to play another game?
Yeah, the bye week's a tremendous, advantage, that we earned by having a great regular season. When you look at the last 11 years since the NCAA instituted bye weeks, 20 of the 22 teams that have played in the national title had a bye week. So that just shows you what a big advantage that is. Now, obviously 4 teams get a bye, and all of them aren't going to make it. So, it doesn't guarantee you anything, but it does give you a week off to rest and to practice and then maybe work on some things and improve. I think we use the bye week well. Hopefully it's going to help us play well on Saturday. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Go Wolves.